What's good, y'all? So I got a couple of updates. As you can hear, I got a fan running, so AC is still out, but the AC guy will be here between 3 and 3:30 today. Figure out what's wrong with this thing so we can get it fixed. Second thing is the gas people put us back in a 3-day waiting window, so they'll be out here by Thursday to put a meter on my house so I can have some gas. So what I decided I'm gonna do is more than likely go to Family Dollar maybe and just get a little grill and some charcoal and some lighter fluid so I can grill some chicken, some burgers, because I went and got Jamaican food yesterday because I just can't with the fast food anymore. My stomach is not doing well with that. So I'm going to probably get myself a grill. It's, you know, I'm thinking maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. We'll see how I feel about it when I get out there. Today, the only thing I really need to do is I'm about to head out to go get my smoothie. It's about 1:30. 1:30, exactly. Probably can't see it, but that's fine. It's 1:30, so I'm gonna go get my smoothie, come back. Once the AC guy leaves, then I want to go look at grills and see what I can find. If I can find something decent within my budget, then I'll grab that. And then I also wanted to get some string lights for my deck. My friend told me that the string lights, for some reason, the bugs aren't attracted to it. So if you remember a few vlogs ago when I was at her house and it was raining and everything, she kind of filmed her deck and you see how it's like covered in like string lights. That's what I want to do basically, is put some string lights around my deck just for some illumination because it gets really, really dark back here. And I don't want to encourage any shenanigans. So today is probably just going to be a lot of window shopping and looking around. I'll take you guys with me and try to film as much as I can so I can get this vlog to be something worth watching. I mean, I know I'm worth watching and everything, but I want you guys to be entertained, you know? I'm going to put on some contacts and we're going to go and get a smoothie. So let me go to the bathroom real quick. It is warm in here, like, it's warm. It's not unbearable, but it's warm. Just caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror and I was like, ooh, hey. I'm gonna show you guys how I arranged my contact lenses in this box. So everything is in order and I got my lashes in there, my little mirror, my powder, and my baby oil. It's pretty organized. I like it, so I'm gonna grab, I think the ones I wanted to wear today were the Twilight. You know what? The ones that I haven't worn out in public yet are the donut blue and the purple. And I got a few that I haven't worn yet. So we're gonna do donut blue today. Fuck it. Hi, Zeus. I'm gonna set this up so y'all can see. Zeus is hot too. He's been sleeping constantly and only drinking water. I tried to give him food this morning and he was like, ugh, where's the water? I feel him though. It's always good to rinse off your contacts before you put them on. You never know what may be on there, so, and you don't want that shit in your eye. Because your eyes are very delicate. Something as small as a hair could cut your eye. And that's probably bam. My nigga. Yo, you interrupted my vlog, nigga. You interrupted my vlog.
I don't care if you take us a goddamn over, answer the goddamn phone.
I was in the bathroom. You hear the way this nigga talk to me?
Shit.
I'm in the bathroom putting my contacts on.
Yeah.
You told me you was gonna call me back yesterday and you ain't even much doing. Your lying ass.
I can't hear you.
Good. Clean that wax out your motherfucking ear.
Smoothies are for breakfast.
Smoothies are for any time of day. What planet do you live on?
Earth.
Exactly. So smoothies are for any time of day.
That's why I said occasionally.
This nigga. You're an ass.
I'm from planet Vegeta.
So I'm trying a different smoothie today. I was being adventurous. I think it's called the kiwi kale, something like that, but it's got kiwi, apple, kale, and a bunch of other stuff. So I'm gonna try, it's green, like, it's green. It's green. So I'm gonna try it. We're gonna see. Oh. It's actually pretty good. I can taste the kiwi, the kale, the apple, the banana. They put banana in it. It's not as sweet as I would like, but it is good. So this is gonna be my smoothie for the day. It is, it's like 2 something. And since the AC guy is supposed to be there between 3 and 3:30, I'm just gonna head back home. Once he leaves, then I'm gonna go looking for a grill and some string lights, and more than likely, I'll see if Colleen is up for going with me. I think she's off today. So I'm gonna see if she wants to go with me, and we'll do it that way. Right now, I'm gonna head back home, and I'll see you guys a little bit later. Made it back home. I wanna show you guys something real quick. Come out here with me real quick, boo. Let's take a look at this thermostat so y'all can see what I'm talking about when I say it's hot in here. It's 82 degrees in here right now. 82 degrees. Now, I do have my screen door. So like this is glass and this is screen. So if I put this down, then no air will pass through. So I have it up and I have the door open so air can pass through. But there's nowhere for the air to go because none of my other windows have screen on them. If they did, I'd be able to open them so the air could kind of circulate, you know what I mean? So it's 2:43, so I'm just gonna relax, not move around too much, and play video games until the AC guy gets here. And I'm actually hoping it's gonna be a quick fix, like it's something he'll be able to fix right now. So we gonna see. So I want to give you guys an update on this smoothie. It's good. I like it. I feel like it's something I could drink often because I actually like kale and I like apple. And I think they might have used a green apple instead of a red apple, which is good. And then the kiwi. So now that I've had it, when you go there and you order, they ask you if you want to add anything. So you can add whatever you want to your smoothie. And I think I'm going to ask them to add a little bit more apple and a little bit more kiwi just to give it that sweetie tartness. I think that'll be good. For now though, I'm going to play video games, and there was something I wanted to talk to you guys about. Yes, I ended up having to cut somebody else off. Let me set this phone up because I'm not about to hold it the whole time. Give me 1 second. That's better. Hopefully you guys can hear me over the fan. If not, too damn bad. The person I had to cut off was, I would say he was a guy friend. He does watch my channel and he is a human being, so I'm not going to mention his name to protect his privacy, but he knows who he is, obviously. The reason I had to release him from my life, and I've discussed this with him, but I don't know, I think there was some misinterpretation or miscommunication on my part, maybe. For some reason, what I was saying wasn't quite getting through to him, and he just wasn't someone I saw moving into my future with me. I met this guy about 2 years ago on a website that I'm on, and I think I met him on the website. I'm not entirely sure. Don't make me lie. But I met him about 2 years ago. He was a good friend to me. If I needed, someone to talk to, or if I was moving and I needed help, he was there for me as much as he could be. And I was very grateful to him for being there for me so often. He had this obsessive attraction for me. And I found it irritating. I want to explain this properly without throwing shade, because I don't want to throw shade at him. But I do want to convey accurately how I felt or how I feel about him in that situation. I wasn't taken with the way that he felt about me. It was obsessive, and that's fine because I become obsessive over people as well. But when a man gets obsessive over me to the point where if we're talking on video chat, he can't stop cheesing, that to me is not endearing. It comes across to me like a weakness. And I know a lot of you are gonna be like, wait, what you mean? Like, that's the way I feel. I don't want a man who's obsessed with me. I want you to crave me, of course. You know, I want you to just want me so bad, but don't ever let me know that, if that makes sense. It's gonna click with some of y'all. Don't let me know that you're obsessed with me, you know? Control that shit. Have some, rein it in, and be a dominant, like a man, you know? I like those manly men. If I'm gonna be with a man, I want him to be a manly man. Like, get dirty and be rough and you know? Not necessarily mean or an asshole, but dominant. That's the most accurate word I can use to describe what I'm talking about. Although he told me he was a dominant, he kind of let me run the show. And I don't like that either. I'm not one to be in control unless I'm in control. Like right now, this situation, I'm, you know, single, no partner, nothing. I'm in control. But if I start dating a man, specifically a man, this does not apply to women. If I start dating a man, he must be more dominant than I am, because I'm an alpha submissive. And that's a term that a lot of you may not know. And if you don't know it, I encourage you to look it up, because I'm not about to explain. I'm an alpha submissive. So if I get with a man, he's got to be more dominant than me. This guy did not strike me as a dominant that I would want to be with and submit to, and you understand. So, but he kept pushing for it, you know, pushing for it and wanting to see me and talk to me all the time. And he had this habit of texting me to say, hey, and I would say, hey back. He would say, how are you? And I would say, I'm good. How are you? And he would say, not too bad. And that would almost always be the end of the conversation. I wouldn't hear from him for days or even weeks after that. And I was like, I don't like that. I don't like that. It makes me feel optional, like a placeholder almost, for something else. And there was always a reason. Oh, I fell asleep. I was at work. I had a few minutes. I wanted to talk. I'm not that bitch. If you find that you have 2 or 3 minutes, you know, and you want to talk to somebody real quick, I'm not that person. Call somebody else. Text somebody else. I like conversation. I like engagement. So if you want to talk or chat or converse with me, then you need to have time to do that. Because chances are good I'm going to have a lot to say. I'm going to have a lot to ask. I'm going to want to engage and converse. I'm not the person you contact when you're bored. And I do want to put that out there for future reference, in case my future partner is watching. Hi, how are you? I like engagement. I like to really get into conversation. And this really goes back to a lot of my TikToks where I say very, very strongly that you should never ask me what I'm doing. That's one question that will almost always never get an answer. Because if you want to get to know me, who I am, where I come from, how I think, what I'm doing ain't gonna have shit to do with any of that. You could ask me what I'm doing right now. Sitting on the edge of my bed, staring at a TV that doesn't have anything playing on it, and drinking a smoothie. your response is going to be, oh, okay. You may even ask me what kind of smoothie. But when I tell you, oh, that sounds good, that's going to be the end of it. Why? Because that has no bearing on who I am. What I'm doing in any given moment is not your business. Period. What I'm doing is my business. Second of all, if you want to get to know me, there are so many things we could talk about that will help you understand who I am, where I come from, and how I think. That's how you get to know someone. Hey, what are your thoughts on da 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 da? Asking me what I'm doing, y'all are lucky if I don't say it's none of your business. Because I'm not an asshole, but I can be. Ask me what I'm doing, I'll give you an answer you're not going to expect. Because, and when I explain to people, like, or when I ask them, why are you asking me what I'm doing? Oh, I'm just trying to make conversation. You don't make conversation. You initiate conversation, and then you engage in conversation. Initiating conversation means proposing a topic, something you would like to discuss or gain my perspective on so you can understand me better. Asking me what I'm doing is not making conversation. It's you being nosy or saying some superficial shit because you have nothing else to say. And that's the best way that I can put that. So, he wasn't always asking me what I was doing. He was just not consistent in keeping in touch with me. And that for me is important. I like to keep in touch. You don't have to talk to me every day. But once, twice a week, maybe, like, and that's pushing it. I like to keep in touch with the people that are a part of my life. And he would separate himself from me for too long, only to come back with, hello, like, this shit used to annoy me so bad. So, there were times when I would stop talking to him. Just stop answering his messages. Because I had had enough of him being superficial with me. Even after discussing this with him, I had told him previously, you go too long without talking to me. I understand that life happens, you get busy, shit happens. But if I'm important to you at all, the way that you say I am, and if you want to be with me and build something with me, a relationship or whatever, then you need to show me that this is what you want to do. This is where you want to be. And he wasn't showing me that. So as an adult, I told him, you're fucking up. You're fucking up. You're going to lose me if you don't start acting right, basically. So, that happened over the course of 2 years, on and off, with him being inconsistent. And so this last time, now that I'm no longer in Florida, because he's in Florida, now that I'm no longer in Florida, and, you know, I'm out here in Ohio doing my thing in my house, he hit me up. And we had a conversation where I explained to him, this is the pattern that you had set forth. This is the pattern that I had noticed with you previously, which is why I kept not answering your texts and your calls. If I'm going to allow you back into my life right now, you have to show me something different. If you want to be a part of my life, you have to show me that that's what you want. Otherwise, I'm going to have to cut you off, and that's going to be it. He made it clear that he understood and that it was going to be fine. And then he started with the same shit. Hit me up to say hey one night at like 8 o'clock or so. I said hey back. He said, he asked me how I was doing. I'm great, how are you? Oh, not too bad. Nothing. The next day, he told me that he had fallen asleep because he had just gotten home from work and he wanted to talk to me. Don't do that. If you come home from work, you take a shower, you're dead tired, you lay down in your bed and you say, I want to talk to Meg. Don't do it. You're going to fall asleep. It's inevitable. You're tired. Don't put yourself in that position. Don't put me in that position. Because on this side, where I am, I don't know that you just got home from work, you're dog tired, just had a shower, and before you fall asleep, you felt like you wanted to say, hey, like, don't do it. So, It wasn't anything bad that he had done. It was just a culmination of things. Number one, although he is a good-looking guy, I don't find him sexually attractive. And for me, say what you want, but if I'm going to be involved with you, you need to look good to me. I need to be physically attracted to you. I need to just, you need to be irresistible to me. Number two, you've got to be consistent with your communication with me. You have to show me that you really do want to be a part of my life in a real way. I don't have time for superficial shit. So if you want to be in my life, you can't, hang out on the periphery. I'm not going to allow it. You're either in or you're out. You're not standing on, in between. I don't do in between. So if you don't want to be a part of my life in a real way, if it's too much for you, then don't do it. I'm going to release you so you can go do what the fuck you want to do. And that's what I ended up having to do with him. Just based on those things. Like, I don't want to be in a relationship with him. And he was the type to hint at relationship shit. There were sexual innuendos. And even though I understand why he would do it, I found it unattractive. And it was unappealing to me for him to do those things. Because I don't find him attractive. It was irritating to me. And it's not because he's an irritating person. It's because our energy isn't the same. We're, clashing. So, when I was explaining all of this to him one day, we were talking on the phone because he called me because he said he wanted to talk to me. But he wasn't talking. He was asking me questions. It was like firing off questions one after the other. How's your day? I was like, good. How's Zeus? He's good. What did you have to eat? A smoothie. I was giving him short answers on purpose to show him, you're not communicating with me. You're interrogating me. That's the way it feels. This is not a conversation. You're not engaging with me. You're just asking me questions. And when I started explaining to him how I felt about that, he was listening for the most part, but then he started to become defensive. Oh, well, I'll try again tomorrow then, or let me hang up and call you back later. And I need someone who's gonna give and take, give and take. It needs to be a flow, a cycle, a vortex, a big circular exchanging of ideas and emotions, and that's what I want. I don't want you to fire off questions at me and call that communicating or talking. Like, no. The bottom line is, you wanted your Megan fix. And that's okay. You wanted my attention. You wanted me to be looking at you and talking to you. I get it. But that's not what I'm here for. I'm more than that. And if you don't desire to dive deep enough to really get to know who's inside here, then there's no reason for you to be here. So, the actual reason why I cut him off is because in the middle of me divulging all of this, my feelings about the way that I would like for us to communicate, I heard another guy's voice, and then he said to me, and I quote, "I made it to my friend's house, I'm gonna call you later." My response was, yeah, click. The next thing he got was a text message letting him know it's time for us to go our separate ways. Please do not call or text me. You're free to watch my videos and comment if you like, but it's at my discretion whether I respond or not. And that's because after telling you in so many different ways that you didn't grasp, that you're using me as a placeholder for when you're on your way somewhere or about to go to bed or got a few minutes after work. You're using me to fill those gaps. After explaining to you that that's not what I want, you went and did the same thing. You didn't want to talk to me. You called me because you wanted to hear my voice while you were on your way to your friend's house. And then as soon as you got there, in the middle of me talking, you told me you were at your friend's house and you called me back. Don't bother. It's okay. this situation showed me that I want something different. And again, I harbor no ill will. It is what it is. But when I come to realizations in my life about things, I do something about it. And in this case, it was better for me to let you go than to continue with being a placeholder. I'm nobody's placeholder. I'm nobody's trophy. You don't get to pick me up and put me down when you feel like it. I'm not that person. So, I feel that it's best that we go our separate ways, and that's what I did. I ended up releasing him from my life. So, I feel good about that decision. He hasn't responded. I don't expect him to. I know it was unexpected. It was sudden for him. But hopefully I provided a little bit more clarity in this conversation. But to be quite honest, this conversation wasn't very different from the one that I was trying to have with him. And what's even funnier is the day that I was having this conversation with him, I was actually sitting in front of a restaurant trying to order food for myself. And I put that on hold to have this conversation with him, hoping that he would understand and we could come to an agreement, only for him to do exactly what I'm asking him not to do. And that was the nail in the coffin for me. So, it is what it is. I wish you no ill will. I hope you do find what you're looking for. I know that dating at our age is not easy, but I do hope that you find what you're looking for, because you are a great guy. You're very compassionate and helpful, and you're very sensitive. You're very handy, and you're a great father to your children. So I do hope that you find what you're looking for and that you end up with someone really, really great who deserves to have you. So that's that on that. I don't think I'm going to upload this yet. I want to wait until after the guy comes for the AC, and then I'll give you guys an update on that, and then more than likely I will either set up my camera so you guys can watch me play games for a little bit, or I'll go ahead and just edit and upload this. I do want to upload videos a little bit more frequently. I'm working on talking with you guys a little more and discussing the things that are on my mind and heart, but you have to understand that that's difficult for me because I'm a writer. I prefer to write, and I'm very personal about the things that are personal to me. I am into things that a lot of people would probably shun me for, and I don't want to be judged or looked at differently. I just want to be me. I want to love who I am, and I want to live a life that I'm happy with. And right now I'm doing that. So I don't want to interrupt my flow by divulging things to you guys that could potentially ruin that. In that same vein, there are things about me that you may or may not know. People may say things about me, or you may find out things about me that you didn't know, and oh, I want to expose her. Like, I'm only going to say this once. I am not ashamed of anything that I do. Nothing. So if you find out something about me, if you know something about me, if you think that you can use that against me to leverage, to blackmail, it's not going to happen. Anything that you bring to light about me, I'm going to admit to if it's true. Because, and I only say that because when it comes to YouTube, a lot of people do a lot of digging, and they'll take a person's good name and try to drag it through the mud. And usually it's not malicious. I don't see these reactors and people who react to vloggers like us, I don't see them doing this to be malicious. They only do it when people are being fucked up. When you're portraying yourself as someone that you're not. When you're lying to your subscribers. I'm not going to say that I'm lying, but there are things that about myself that I'm just not going to discuss with you guys because it's so controversial. And I don't want my personal life to go under the YouTube microscope. What I do in my personal life is my business. And if I don't bring it up, then we don't need to discuss it because there's so much else for us to discuss. Now, like I said, if somebody finds out or somebody sees something or hears something or knows something about me that they want to talk about, then bring it up and we'll talk about it. If it's true, I'll admit to it. But I'm not just gonna readily come out and talk about certain things only because, like a lot of these reactors say, that shouldn't have made it to the internet. You should have kept your mouth shut about that. So I'm that person. There's certain things that I know I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut about. We all have our secrets. We all have our vice. We all have things we just don't want the world to know about us. And that's okay. As long as you guys continue to respect the fact that there are things in my personal life that I'm just not going to talk about, then we'll be fine. If you guys have questions, I encourage them. I do want to do a Q&A. So if you have questions, I'm going to encourage you guys to follow my Twitter. DM me on Twitter. Don't leave them in the comments here. There's a good chance I won't see them. If you want me to do a Q&A, if you guys have questions, I'm an open book. I will answer your questions as honestly as I possibly can. So DM me on Twitter and we'll go from there. For now, I'm going to drink my smoothie and probably watch a few more YouTube videos until the AC guy gets here, and then I'll give you guys an update on that situation. Okay? So until then, I'm not going to hit the phone that hard. You think I was going to hit the phone that hard? No. I'll see you guys later. I just got a text from the guy who said the AC guy told him he's having issues with another job, so he doesn't know what time it's going to be. And I was like, first of all, it's 3:53. He should have been here at 3:30. Zeus is looking at me like, Mom, it's hot as fuck in here. And it is. So I told the guy, I was like, is it gonna be today? It's 83 degrees in here. So he just texted me back. Let me check and see what that text message says. He said he's not sure, but he's about to call the AC guy back. Zeus just came and sat next to me and looked at me like, can we get some AC? Like, that's ridiculous. If I have to call an AC guy on my own, it's gonna be a problem. Like, I don't mind allowing people to do things for me, but then I'm always reminded, if you want something done right, do it yourself. I'll be back with an update in a little bit, y'all. Got another update. So, the guy called me and told me that the AC guy is on his way. He should be here in about a half hour. He got tied up at another job. So, I'm hoping that whatever it is something that's easy to fix. And he told me that when he explained to the AC guy that, you know, it didn't shut off or anything, it just started blowing air that wasn't cold. The AC guy is assuming it's a capacitor. I don't know what that is, but apparently it's something that's not hard to fix. So I'm hoping he can get here, fix it, and we can get cooling down very, very soon. I don't want to say Zeus is miserable because he's not. He's just really, really warm. So he's had an attitude pretty much all day. He didn't eat his food. He's just been drinking water. He's in the corner right now, against the wall. And that's the fan. Boop. So when he gets here, we'll see. We'll see. So I'll be back with an update in a little bit. They're here, so he turned on the AC and went back outside, so Zeus is guarding the door. What you doing, Zeus? What you doing? He was out there a few minutes ago. So, waiting. I don't know why Zeus is stuck at the door. What are you doing? What are you doing, Zeus? So I guess we're just gonna wait and see what happens. So the AC is on. I know you hear it. So apparently, let me see if I can get some light. Oh, this is good enough. Apparently, the wiring outside, there's a huge wire that goes to the AC unit itself. And because the unit hadn't been used in so long, the energy from me using it burned that wire up. So he added a new connector on, put it back in there, and now I've got cold air. I'm happy. Zeus is happy. Laying on the floor in front of the vent. The fan is on too. So it's finally cooling down in here, and that's all I wanted. So I'm gonna put this on, I usually keep it on 71 or 70 because I like to keep it cool. Like I said in my previous vlog, because of my allergies, I need it to be cold so I can feel like I can breathe. Which is another reason why let me stand right here because I got the TV on in the room. Which is another reason why I like to get in the car and go places, because I can turn the AC on in the car and I can get that feeling that I can breathe. So I'm starting to feel like right now, like I can breathe. So good things. What was the other thing? The gas, because of my stove. They're gonna be here by Wednesday or Thursday. So I think that might have been a mosquito. Once that happens, then I'll have gas. And I told the guy, I told him I would cook him a steak. So I gotta buy a cast iron skillet so I can cook him a steak. Because he's helped me so much since I moved in. And usually, I don't know if you guys ever bought a house before, but the landlord don't do shit. When they sell you the house, they cut out. But he's not like that. He said, if you ever need anything, just let me know. Not that far away. And literally, every time he gets a chance, he's over here trying to do more work on the house. Like, it still needs to be washed. There's still things that need to be done, but it is a work in progress. I like it because I get to put my own stamp on this house. I didn't want to move into a ready-made house. I wanted to move into a home where I could kind of put my own energy into it. So I'm glad that this house wasn't completely finished when I moved in. So every time he gets a chance, he comes over and does a few little things, and I'm always grateful for that. So I'll cook him a steak, have him eat his fingers off. So everything is good for now. I'm gonna spend the rest of the evening cooling off and playing video games. So what I'll do is, instead of including that game footage in this vlog, I'll put it up separately. And I'll open up a new playlist for those of you that just want to watch me game. And then that'll kind of settle that. So that's gonna do it for this vlog. I'm gonna edit this and put it up right now. It is Monday, August 24th. This vlog is gonna go up today. I'm so happy because I don't normally do that. I just gotta remember to do my French lesson later tonight. I have been doing my French, just so you guys know. So this is great. I feel good. Everything is good. So hope you guys had a great Monday, and I hope you have a great week to come. Thanks for stopping by to hang out with me. I appreciate each and every one of you for watching, liking, sharing, enjoying my content, enjoying Zeus. Hey, baby. So I'll catch you guys on the flip side.